Just overall this summer, what are the hottest destinations you're seeing people planning to go to or going to already?
You mentioned about here close to Atlanta getting to 80 degrees. Just down the road is Charleston. I say just down the road, it's definitely drivable. But that's gaining more and more tourism traction. And we just actually saw an announcement that our Four Seasons will be coming to Charleston soon. So it's a beautiful city, very walkable, just obviously so pretty. And actually, as I mentioned, drivable not only from here in Atlanta, but from most places around the Southeast. And then obviously after spending a few days in Charleston, you're actually close enough in that city to be near the coast. And there's some classic US resorts. There's the Sanctuary at Kiowa Island. So you can spend a few days in the city and then kind of get to the beach and some real R&R. And the Sanctuary at Kiowa is actually one of our triple five-star winning hotels. If you want to go abroad and you really want to travel a little bit further, obviously, and I'm not biased here, but London is looking fabulous after the King's coronation. There's some fantastic hotels, I think, in parts of the city that many people might not typically consider. So as an example, the Pan Pacific London is on the eastern edge of the city. It's closest to an area known as the East End. And probably closest to some of the attractions in London that could be less crowded, like the Jack the Ripper Museum, if you're into that sort of history. But also that hotel's like right on top of Liverpool Street Station. So you're very, very close to central London. I know my personal favorite attraction in central London is the Churchill War museums, but those are some great places that I'm actually getting a lot of questions about as well.
Like I said, I got my passport right before the pandemic because I wanted to go on a European adventure for the first time. I had never been abroad. So you said that people are now investing more in travel this year than in the years past, obviously. So let's say you want to live out that investment, that European dream vacation. Where else aside from London should you go?
There are really great places to get some, that culture fix that everyone seeks when they travel as well. Obviously, Paris and Rome are classics. You can't really go wrong. But, a city that has a lot of attention that I think not everyone has been to in the same way that they think about Paris and Rome is Istanbul. So it's a city not to be missed. The Turkish culture, the people, it's just a really wonderful place to visit if you haven't been. Has an amazing airport. If you're ever going to be stuck during the summer delays that we can all experience, that would be one airport that I would not ever be sad to spend a few extra hours in. But definitely don't miss Istanbul. The Surigan Palace is a great base to explore the city from. It's got obviously fabulous views over the Bosphorus there. But then head down to Bodrum. We covered Bodrum more recently for our announcements earlier this year. We've got some really special newer hotels. There's an Addition in Bodrum and a Mandarin Oriental as well, which is actually another one of our newer five-star hotels. So if you're looking for some city combined with some investment in yourself and a little bit of a more relaxing getaway, then that's a great dual option as well.
I like that. I like that you named the classic as well as an up and coming, maybe one that wouldn't be on your radar. What about people who maybe want more of those up and coming destinations? Where would you suggest they go?
We're seeing a lot of attention on India. I know that India had some record growth last year and it's forecasted for even greater growth in 2023. And while we don't cover it extensively, it is on our radar because we know the attention on India has, become exponentially greater in recent months as we've come out of the pandemic. So that is a hot destination on our radar, in the coming months as well. But then also consider, obviously we've all heard or either been to Lisbon, Portugal, but think about some of the destinations on the coast in Portugal, and then the tiny but such beautiful island of Madeira, which actually has a Belmont there. I think it's Reed's Palace is a Belmont, and it's a beautiful island. It's obviously known for its wine, so you can get some real immersion in the Portuguese food and wine experience there, and actually has great hiking. Just don't do the two at the same time.